Okay, so we're going to talk about arcs and central angles. These are not new concepts, but we touched on them briefly when we were starting the area of circles. So what you need to know about a central angle, it is an angle whose vertex is at the center of the circle and whose sides are radii of the circle. So if I have center point P, and I have point A and point B, so a central angle has a radius, or excuse me, a side of radius AP and a side of radius PB. So what you need to know is that the central angle, if this is 110 degrees, then this arc measure is 110 degrees. So if I have angle APB equals 110 degrees, then arc AB, because it's a minor arc, equals also 110 degrees. And what you need to know is that all of these arcs add up to 360 degrees. Okay? So we are going to do an example. And this is definitely not to scale. Definitely not to scale. This is terrible. So A, F, D, C, and B. Okay, so we have this circle, and I'm going to list about 5 things that we're going to find. Okay, so you really need to be paying attention to arcs versus angles. So if I'm looking at these AB, if this angle is 35, then this arc is also 35. CD, I like using different colors. This angle is 95, so this arc is also 95. AFC, so angle AFC, A to F to C, I would be adding all of those up. So going back to that angle addition postulate that we learned, I believe, first chapter. So that's going to give you an angle of 100 degrees. Arc BD. Now BD goes all the way around. So I'm going to have to find this little piece. So if this is 65, then I know this little piece is also 65. So arc BD, actually I need to pay attention. Arc BD, because it only has 2 letters, is going to be a minor arc. So I need to be looking at this way. So I'm missing this piece. Okay, so I know that all of these have to add up to 360. So I am going to do 360 minus the 95 that I have, minus the 65, minus the 35, and that gives me 165. So that means this angle is 165, which means that this arc is also 165. So we have, I'm I'm going to make this, to clarify it, I'll make this arc BAD, because both of them end up being majors, my fault. So arc BAD, you're going to add from B to A to D. So 165 plus 35 gives me 200. And then I guess we could have done this one around, but and arc ACD. ACD. So that goes from 35, includes the 65, and includes the 95. So I get 15, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 gives me 195 degrees. Okay, so that's the kind of the process that you're going to be looking into. Let's see. I'm going to talk a little bit about like this example 2. So if I have a circle inside of a circle, okay, so we're going to make this circle P. So these are called concentric circles. So concentric circles are circles with same center but different radii. So when I think of that, I think of if you throw a rock into a pond, your circles are going to go from really small to bigger to bigger to bigger. It's that ripple effect. Okay, so if we have this is D, this is B, this is A, and this is C, and I know that this central angle is 80. So if I look at the arc measure of AB, so the arc measure of AB, so in other words, I'm looking for the arc measure of that. That is going to equal the same, because this is a central angle, so the arc measure is going to also be 80 degrees. CD, so the arc measure of CD, I'm looking at this. This is also going to be 80 degrees, which seems kind of odd because you're thinking, well, it's clearly bigger than the other one. Do not confuse the arc measure with the arc length. Okay, so arc measure is going to be the same. Their arc lengths would be different. Okay, and we've already talked about arc length a couple units ago.